Welcome to the Business Owner Spotlight Series. My name is Gabriel Moore. I am the senior partner and head coach here at Action Coach Vanguard, Central Iowa. Today, I have Zach Hollier, the owner of Cajun Belle, as my guest. We're going to be talking about his business, journey to business ownership, challenges, best practices, and share a peek into what it's really like to build and operate a business. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to check and like and subscribe to get more notifications when we drop new conversations just like this one. Zach, welcome and thank you so much for being here today.
Patty.
Please give us a brief overview of your background and tell us a little bit about your business, Cajun Belle.
Yeah, absolutely. I spent oh all first 18 years of my life in Southeast Texas, and we've got such a unique amount of Cajun food there. Lived off the land, anywhere from finding the food, catching the food, processing food, and you got to make it taste good, otherwise you're gonna live skinny, and I don't like living skinny.
Yeah.
Had the opportunity to come up to Des Moines, Iowa, and play football, go to school. Found that the kind of food that I grew up on was lacking in, I'd say, abundance, but really just lacking in availability at all. I ain't like that, so I figured, well, I can't be the only crazy son of a gun to want want some Cajun food, so opened a business and wanted it to be something that was maximum quality and minimum effort for those who are wanting to, I guess, indulge. So built on quality and convenience.
That's kind of a lucky thing or a fortunate thing that you weren't the only one that likes Cajun food, right?
Be broke if that was the
That's
case.
right. So
uh,
set the stage for the viewers, the listeners out there. Generally speaking, what's your current ownership structure look like? Are you the sole owner?
no, so I've got a silent partner that's just out to 20%. So I'm going through tax season currently, so issuing K-1s and all that fun stuff. But yeah, I'm a majority owner when it comes to, I guess, making decisions or um, I don't know what matters.
Sure.
South of 20%, they don't really matter. So it's really me, boss.
No, I get it. I get it. Well, tell us about the role that you currently play in your business. Besides owner, what else is going on?
Mm-hmm. Owner, head chef. So when it comes to uh, um, I guess being 2 years in or a year, just over a year and a half. Uh, if it needs to be done, that's on me. I delegate as much as I can, but like I said, being running slim and caring about stretching the top line while maintaining or decreasing the bottom line. There are a lot of times where some or everything will fall on my shoulders, and they ain't collapsed yet. That's why we're still here standing. So, anything from today, I was scrubbing floors. I was talking with contractors. I was sealing deals on cater orders, and get back to the office. And now I'm in pushing for as much tax credit as they'll allow.
They say it's, as a business owner, we talk about how as a business owner, especially if you're working in the business, you got to wear a lot of hats, and you're no stranger to wearing hats, right?
Not a chance, not a one. I wore hard
No,
hats. I wore chef hats. I got a cowboy hat on. Usually I stay
that's
stuff.
right. That's right.
Figure the rest
Yeah.
out.
And you got it's tough being a business owner. And that's something that we talk about a lot at Action Coach. And right now, there's working in the business, and that's that day-to-day stuff, that you're doing. And then there's working on the business, growth and strategy. What's that ratio look like for you, Zach? I mean, is that like how much time are you working in the business? How much time are you working on the business?
It's a lot like marriage, right? It's you say it's 50-50, but sometimes dadgummit, it's 100-0. Sometimes it's 90-10. Sometimes it's 55-45. Uh, um, you just got to be willing. You got to be malleable. You got to be willing to bend when you need to. Bend don't break. And sometimes 99% of the time you spend that day is working in the business, and sometimes 99% is working on the business. So as long as you're able to balance what makes more sense to, I guess, your growth track or your desire, your scalability potential of maximizing that. As long as whatever you have as your goal for growth is maintained consistent, because you you formulate that plan whenever the stress don't exist, and then you get into a
Right.
stressful environment, and then you know that plan is going to become fuzzy. But
Oh yeah.
what you got to do is you got to make sure that you're operating as the plan, being a business owner. You work for everybody and for nobody, so you've got to make sure
That
that
fact.
the plan who you work for, whenever things get cloudy, that you're still sticking to the script, because that was formulated whenever all the chaos wasn't happening, which was your best frame of mind. Stick to that, even when, I mean, that looks terrible. I don't want to do that. It's not going to make sense. Well, it is going to make sense, and you're either going to lead through you got to lead through the victories and through the failures. You know,
Man,
so
I love the way you're saying that because honestly, if you stick to the script and trust it when it doesn't seem trustworthy and you already planned out that you're going to pull through, it's just a matter of disciplining yourself not to make emotional decisions, right?
there's
Because
no
it's going to
picking
get
the
tough.
skies.
Yeah, you're going to get
Yep,
beat
yep.
up. I love it.
All right.
So let's talk about your audience then, okay? Your customers. If I was the perfect Cajun Belle customer, what would I look like? What would I be like? Describe that to me.
A serious, hungry fellow.
We got a lot of them here in Des Moines. Yeah, that's a fact.
Mm-hmm. Really it. Serious and hungry.
Serious and hungry. I like it. What makes your business unique? Why would customers or clients choose you, let's say, over any of your competition?
Because what you're getting is you're getting authenticity. I'm not going to tell you my recipe is better than somebody else's, because I hate onions if they're raw, right? They might serve that at a 5-star, 13 Michelin star restaurant, right? It doesn't mean I'm right. Don't mean they're right, right?
Right.
But if you're looking for true authentic Asian food served in the most convenient way, um, then that's what I'll be able to serve. Anything less or more than that, I'm sorry, but I ain't the place for you.
Yeah, I like
It's
it.
like that old local Wall Street. I could sell you a pen, but only if you were looking for a pen, right? I could fill you full of
That's
fluff,
right.
but it ain't gonna mean anything when it's time to mean something. So,
No, you
uh,
gotta want it.
right, you got to want it. So, we thrive on, let's say, quality, um, customer service, above all. You're gonna get the truth. Um, if you ain't looking for it, tell me, because sorry, but that's what you're gonna get.
All right.
So you're gonna get authentic flavors, recipes from the authenticity of the host that's providing it, this feller. And that's it. Anything more or less, I can't give it to you, boss.
I love it. So, what's one thing you wish more people knew about your business?
I wish more people knew the history of what is Cajun, right? So I get asked all the time, "Are you from New Orleans? Are you from Louisiana?" I'm like, "No, not a chance." And if you ever go to New Orleans and you're looking for Cajun food, then you might want to wipe your binoculars off, because you ain't gonna see what you need to see. Right? Cajun, and I'll say this, here's a disclaimer. Whenever you get close to that Texas Louisiana border, whether you're 45 minutes on the Texas side, or 45 minutes on the Louisiana side, what you're gonna get is a bunch of uh, now your editing team can monitor this comment, but what you're gonna get is a bunch of kunas, right?
Okay.
And what kunas are is, it's one word, is so your Creole, that's your culture. That's what you're gonna find in New Orleans. What you ain't gonna find in New Orleans is Cajun. Now that's the folk that are living off the land, that are living the life, speak the language, that are out, setting jug lines, trout lines, gigging frogs, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And then whenever you get to that, that Texas Louisiana border, what you're gonna get is a bunch of coon ass, and that's folk who ain't right, ain't right. So you get what you get, and I hope it's enough. Find somebody else to give you some more if you need. But that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get the folk who have a little bit of that Texas influence, but are as true as country is country. That's where you get that coon ass ain't right kind of fella. Those are what you would call redneck or hillbilly.
Redneck, we know the term. We're not
There you
we're
go.
not unfamiliar. So
Uh,
I'm always curious what successful businesses are doing. What percentage of your monthly sales typically is invested back into your marketing budget? What does that look like?
so there's not a set budget on that. So
Okay.
CAC, so your acquisition cost obviously means the most, but whenever you're first starting out, uh, depending on what you're in, the industry that I'm in, you're really exercising as many, I guess, avenues as you can. I'm a hustler, by the way. Whatever it takes. I took 1,400, and 3 years later, now we're moving, 500,000. So what matters is your persistence and your willingness to try different things, because you won't always get an ROI, right?
That's right.
Sometimes your ROI will be in the negative, to where you've got a customer paying an amount on your product and then broadcasting that out, which you didn't. You made money on that sale. It's fixed obviously, and your model signage has to go in there as well, but
Right.
sometimes it runs out of negative. If the horn's blowing louder than the information that's within it, as long as people hear it and they come, you get
Okay.
what you get. So what's been the best for us, which is, believe what you want, but um, do good, get good. Sometimes, all the times, maybe never, but that persistence will carry you through whatever you get. Um, the folks who come, they try it, and then they tell all their friends. That word of mouth reference, is really been. We've learned that has been the greatest form of marketing, and that's free. Doesn't require a budget.
Yeah, the
So
cost
picking the
acquisition
customer,
for referrals
right,
is pretty cheap, right?
right,
Yeah,
absolutely.
referrals is the number one marketing strategy for probably all businesses if they could capture
Mhm.
that, right? And it sounds like that's, and like you said, perseverance, right? Determination, pushing through that process at the beginning to where that referral actually means something.
In a
But your
number
cost,
standpoint, I guess to directly data wise answer your question, it's less than 10% of those monthly sales would
sure.
go back into marketing, in a growth model for the last couple of years.
Yeah, and that makes sense. In a restaurant business, anywhere between 5 to 10% looks good. Especially if you're getting a strong ROI on it too, right? I'm really
Yep.
glad that you understand cost acquisition and things like that, Zach, because
Of course,
things like
man.
that, yeah, it'll take you a long way, right? I mean, this is it seems basic, but to a lot of business owners out there, I say cost acquisition costs are like, what's that? And
Yeah,
it's
right.
it's okay that they don't know, right? All of us started there. All of us were there. You don't know what you don't know. And but it gives you an edge up. It gives you an edge up. That's a fact.
I love data, and
Good.
the numbers are the best form of sales.
They don't
And
lie.
if you can't perfume a turd enough. Stop spraying that on there. Find you something worth being around, and you can save money on the perfume. So
Yeah. So let's go back to your journey. Let's go back to your journey because a lot of people can really relate to this part. When we get you and I love data, right? You and I love that kind of stuff, but there's a lot of business owners out there that they're not into that. They're more into kind of like the emotional, the why of stuff. When you look back on your journey coming up and launching Cajun Bell and getting it going and rocking it out, what's been the most memorable roadblock or hurdle you've been challenged with that you overcame?
first year after we depleted all the capital that I acquired and obtained, we entered. the slowest season for restaurants, hospitality, which is that January to February months where you're seeing sometimes a third or a fourth of what you're seeing in the typical months. Entering that, the only form of refrigeration we had went down, lost all inventory,
Oh,
had no funds or ability to leverage to obtain funds in order to get it operational. So what do you do? Right?
that's what we're asking.
Exactly. Uh, so we had to close down for a few weeks and
Wow.
was able to um, find means to get enough, I guess, you know, donate plasma or we made I made owner injections.
Wow.
You borrow, if you don't know how, you find out how to work a hammer wrench and screwdriver and um, get your means
Whatever
of
it takes.
refrigeration right. So our means of refrigeration went down. So what we did was we made things to order and use things that could be frozen um,
Okay.
to maintain food code and shelf life.
Yeah.
Um, Made them, froze them, and then just increased your operation hours, your labor hours as the owner. Um, you got to wake up earlier. Things got to thaw out.
Yeah.
You got to do things right, and
Whatever it
um,
takes.
whatever it takes. I don't care how smart you are, how much money you got, or how
Yep.
smooth your lips are. If you ain't got persistence, when it gets dark, if you can't create or find your own light,
Oh,
I know what to tell you, boss.
gosh. It's
You
such a
either do it or you
fact.
don't.
I'm smiling, man, because I've owned three businesses prior to this, and I can relate hardcore to that, and the power of persistence and the power of being able to move through those dark times.
Mhm.
What a great reminder of that. So, what impact did that have on your growth?
Mm, what it did was it reassured so I've always been an effort fella.
Okay.
Whether it came to school, whether it came to sports, whether it came to I don't know relationships,
Yeah.
what you had or what you're able to get didn't matter any more than what you're able to do with what you have. Sometimes you can't get more.
Sure.
In reality.
Not without leverage, right?
hmm So,
So when thinking of the future, I feel it's important to address like the topic of building a great team. How would you describe your leadership style in business? Has it changed over the years?
hell, yeah. So I was a high school. I was a leader of the football team. The college, same way. Um, I've been leader of a lot of clubs and everything. And um, what I've learned is that what you say and what you do, one of those don't matter really at all. And if it matters to somebody, and I'll address that here in a second. And if I ever go too long, let me know because I got a lot of
No, you're
words.
good. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
So what you say and what you do, what matters is what you do. And if the people who you're able to notice um, that stick to the important things of what you do, and not always what you say, are the ones that are usually going to last, right? The ones who you can use words and the ones who are influenced more by words um, are less likely to stick through it whenever it gets tough. And I say that because as a leader, you're the best follower. And if you're not, then you're not a leader. So
And that's something.
if you can find a paradigm, if you have a paradigm, hold true to it on the good and on the bad, right? And you become what you want to become. And then at that point, you lead your people based on what you learned and adjust it as you go. But like I said, you got to lead through the victories, you got to lead through the failures. But if someone will is willing to follow you into a burning pit of destruction and failure. That's the kind of people I want on my team because um, I'm not, if they're right, undermine all you want. But at the same time, when your leader gives a command, whether it's right or wrong, you follow that leader. And as a leader, you got to be willing to follow what you set as your lead before and see it through to even sometimes failure in order to restructure your path to be able to acquire more skills assets to readjust.
So
So sorry, that might have
that's
been very
no,
quick.
that's okay. Would you? So then, what I'm picking up is like model what you want to attract. Is that would that be a way to say that? Model what you want to attract. If you want to attract a good person, you need to model that good person. Is that accurate?
Yeah. If you
Okay.
want, so my team knows that I'm willing to um, work and do whatever it takes, as long as it takes to reach the goal. Um, and they've seen that. And so I show before I delegate because I want
Yeah.
them to be able to say, okay, well, he's done this. Like
Yeah.
he's made it through these dark times. He's inputted these amount of hours. He has done that. So now, whenever I ask them or demand them to do it, they're not going off of unrealistic expectations because it's been done. So if you
Right.
want what I have, or if you want to be where I'm at, or if you want to progress what we have onto what um, um, the path the path that I've set out. If that's where you want to go, you've seen me take the steps that I'm now asking you to take. So it's possible. The question is, are you going to do it? And if not, how much can you do? And is it worth me allowing you to do, or do I need to find somebody else to do it?
Right.
If
Yeah.
doable, are you going to do it, or is somebody else going to do it? You make that
And are
decision.
they coachable, right? I mean, because we'll spend some time coaching people to get there if they show enough effort, right?
All I need is attitude and effort, man. I've hired over 300 people in my life, and I don't care about skill, knowledge, influence. If you will do what I ask, and if you can show up when you need to, I teach you everything else.
And that's something. Hey, listen, well, we covered a lot of ground in our conversation today. For those who are watching, I highly encourage you to save this and come back because this is some outstanding information regarding leadership and challenge. Zach, I feel you, man. There's some good stuff. But as we begin to wrap up, I got a few rapid fire questions. These are quick top ahead answers. So that's one word, one sentence answers. You ready to rock this?
Fire away, house.
Let's go. What is the key to success for you?
Persistence.
Persistence. Nice. Nailed it. He brought it back.
Come on.
What's your one piece of advice for other business owners?
Um, take the risk and see it out.
Take a risk and see it out. Gosh, persistence.
Just
What
do it.
is one book you're reading now or read most recently?
Ooh, you gonna hate me. I don't read
Okay.
at all.
Hey, I
Other
don't
people,
hate you, Zach.
yeah, you can't. Hey, the truth ain't gonna need don't need motivation.
If you had to choose only one area of your business you could immediately improve tomorrow, what would it be?
Marketing.
Marketing. That's a good one. So before we get to the final question of the day, Zach, how can others learn more about you or Cajun Bell? How can they get in contact?
Google Cajun Belle, go to CajunBelle.com. Cajun Belle, India Alpha, following Cajun Belle. And go to the Our Story section and watch the video that's there. I take you through my actual backyard and debunk the myth that Texas is full of just cowboys and rolling hills and open plains. Um, Go to the website, read about it. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. And um, don't listen to what I'm telling you here. Go and see what's out there. As much digging as you got to do. Give me a call if that's what it takes. You're gonna get what you're gonna get.
You're gonna get. What is the most inspiring thing to you today?
Um, Interacting with my leaders of my staff and feeling in their presence and their conversations, confidence and eagerness.
That's outstanding, man. And it's good that you can appreciate that and be inspired by it. As we come to a close, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to you, brother. Your journey, not just as a business, but as an owner, has been truly inspiring. I'm profoundly thankful for the opportunity to delve into your experiences and insights. And I appreciate you kind of blowing up a deeper understanding of both you and your business. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do, man. Zach, seriously, thank you again.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely. This has been Business Owner Spotlight with Zach Hollier of Cajun Belle and your host, me, Gabriel Moore with Action Coach Business Coaching. Be sure to get some Cajun food. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.